All right, can you add? You can? Can you subtract? Can you read? You're going to be fine today then, okay? That's what everything is about today. You can add, if you can subtract, and you can read carefully. So today we're going to deal with two-way tables. A two-way table shows data from one sample as it relates to two different categories. So it's like asking a group of people two questions. One category is represented by rows, and one is represented by columns. Now here's the important piece. Which way does a row run? Very good. Horizontally, and a column runs vertically. You have to know the difference in those. Do you remember doing these last year? Oh, that's fantastic. In computer? Okay, all right. So here's a two-way table. They put the results. They ask people, are you in art? Yes or no? Are you in drama? Yes or no? And they recorded all the answers. So my question to you is, how many students participated in drama but not art? Drama but not art. Courtney? You don't have to do any addition or subtraction. Drama but not art. So take drama and go over to not art. 38. How many students participate in art but not drama? 68. Art but not drama. 68. You have to watch your labels today. So in that case, we're not adding or subtracting anything. That is just, how do I read a two-way table? Now, sometimes you're going to get a two-way table that's partially filled out. So here's one they ask people, do you own a bike? Yes or no? Do you own a skateboard? Yes or no? And they filled this in. What is this word right here? What does total mean? You would add those two up. So your rows add together, this one and this one add to give me 89. So how would I figure out this one here? Very good. So you would take 89 minus 42. You don't even have to write that down. 47. Okay. I'm just writing it down so you remember how to do it. You can absolutely use your calculator here, though. By the raise of your hand, does anybody else see another blank we could fill in right now? Jack? Or tell me how to calculate it. I got to fill in all those missing pieces. Can somebody tell me another way I could fill in another one? Sarah? Very good. This is also a total column. So she said if you took 57 minus 42, what did you get? That would fill in owning a skateboard but no bike. Okay, how else? I got 3 left. Liana? Very good. The no skateboard right here, 47 plus 21 to give us our total 68. Two left. 57 plus 68, very good, would give me 57 plus 68 is not 83. It's 1. And then 15 plus 21 is 36. Okay. Now, remember what we've talked about. Shouting random things is not going to help us. Don't make a bunch of noise. You're listening and participating. So you add to get your totals. If they give you a total, you're going to have to subtract. Okay, now the order in which you do those may look different than your neighbor, but you should still end up with the same numbers. Sometimes they're going to give us information in sentence format. And the very first thing we have to do is to plug it into the table. You always want to put in your numbers before you add or subtract. So Felipe surveyed students at his school. 78 students own a cell phone, and 57 of those own a tablet. There are 70 students that own a tablet, and 9 do not own either device. So I just highlighted 4 numbers. Before we add or subtract anything, we have to get those 4 numbers in the table. You have to read carefully. Take it chunk by chunk. 78 students own a cell phone. At that point, do we know anything about whether they own a tablet? No. So cell phones, all the way over here for total, is 78. Because 78 kids own a cell phone. I don't know anything about whether they own a tablet. 57 of those students, who's those students? The cell phone students, yep, the 78 cell phone students own a tablet. So what do I know about 57 kids? We're not adding or subtracting anything. We're putting it in a table.
57 students have a tablet. That don't have a phone.
They don't have a phone? 57 of those students, the ones that have a phone, also have a tablet. So cell phone, tablet, 57 here. So we go to the next piece. 70 students own a tablet. Young Kong. Do we know anything about their cell phone? Do we know anything about their cell phone right here? Nope. So 70 students own a tablet. So tablet all the way down to total is going to be 70. If they don't say anything about cell phone, it's going to be where one of your totals are. And then it says 9 students do not own either device. What does that mean? No tablet, no cell phone. Very good. No cell phone, no tablet is going to be 9. On your own, add and subtract to fill in those other numbers. You have 5 boxes to fill in on your own. Get your laptop up. I asked you to get your laptop out. Come on, you're supposed to be filling this out. Let's go. You guys have to want to learn today. Some of you are not wanting to learn. Come on, you're supposed to be filling this out. Adding and subtracting. Adding and subtracting. You can absolutely use your calculator. 100% use your calculator. If they give you a total, you're going to have to subtract. If you have a total, you're going to have to subtract. Should you ever end up with a negative? No. No. Keep going. You got to fill all those out. without shouting by the raise of your hand. Somebody walk me through how to fill in the highlighted box I have. Haley.
Take the total, and you subtract that by how many people have total.
Very good. So because they gave us this total number, she's absolutely right. We're going to subtract. So we're going to take 78 minus 57, and we get 21. So 21 fills in here. Okay. Now, somebody by the raise of your hand, tell me how I'm going to get this one. Courtney. So 70 minus 57, and you end up with 13. Somebody tell me how to get this one. Jack. Why are we going to add?
Because it doesn't have a total.
Very good. We're finding the total, so that tells me we're going to add 13 plus 9, which is 22. Okay. How about this one? Raise your hand. Tone? Very good. 21 plus 9 is 30. Oops. What'd you say? Okay, if your numbers are wrong, though, if different, then you're going to be, you got something off here. Okay, and then how do I get this final total? Sam?
70 plus 30.
You could do 70 plus 30. Is there a different way you could do it?
30 minus 7 plus 7.
Mm-mm. Is there another way to do it besides 70 plus 30? Zayden? Bingo. We're still looking for that total, so you could go row or you could go column. Either way, and it should always work this way, you should get 100. If they give you a total, you're going to subtract. Okay? If there's a number in the total, you're going to subtract. All right. This next one, Ms. Hoff's going to read it out loud to you. You're going to put in the 4 numbers. No adding, no subtracting. Okay? 4 numbers. Eloise surveyed students in her cafeteria and found that 38 males agree with the new cafeteria rules, while 70 do not. There were 42 females surveyed, and 41 of them agree with the new cafeteria rules. There are 4 numbers you need to put in. Take a minute. I'm going to read it out loud again. 38 males agree with the new cafeteria rules. 70 do not. 92 females were surveyed. 41 of them agree with the new cafeteria rules. Somebody raise your hand and tell me where you put a number. Liana.
But 92, like the total, like,
Total of what? Very good. Females, 92. 92 females were surveyed. At that point, we don't know anything else about them. Nicely done. 92. Good job. Courtney. 38.
38. A male, and then agree.
Very good. Males and agree is going to be my 38. Zayden. Very good. 70 do not. Well, they're talking about males. Very good. Males disagree is 70. And one more. Jack?
Like the 40s.
41. Where does 41 go? Where? Read your sentence. 41 of them agree with the new cafeteria rules. Who's them? The females. So 41 females agree with the new cafeteria rules. Females agree 41. Okay? On your own, fill in the last blanks. Add and subtract. Add and subtract. Use your calculator. Write it down, but use your calculator so you don't make any addition or subtraction errors. If they give you a total, you're going to have to subtract. All right, ready? 38, 70, 108. 41, 51, 92. 79, 121. Should be 200, right? 200. Here's the biggest thing. If you have those first four numbers in the wrong spot, not going to go well. Okay, so you have to read carefully. This one you guys are much better with. We actually are going to skip the swimming. Oh, no, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. We're not going to skip this. Put those four numbers in. Try to read it on your own. Read it on your own and put those four numbers in. Now be careful. If they only tell you about one thing, you don't necessarily know about the other. Don't pick a yes or no for the other one. Don't do any adding or subtracting. Get four numbers put in there. Don't do any adding or subtracting. Okay, I'm going to read this in chunks to you. Some of you need to move where you have numbers. Don't shout anything out. We're going to read it in chunks. There are 150 children at summer camp. Don't shout anything. I'm going to read it out loud. That's why you need to listen. 71 signed up for swimming. 62 children signed up for canoeing. 28 of them signed up for swimming. Also signed up for swimming. Okay, 150 children at summer camp. Raise your hand and tell me where that goes. Courtney? Very good. At that point in that sentence, we don't know anything about those kids. All we know is there's a total amount of them. 71 signed up for swimming. Where does that number go? Raise your hand. Jack? Very good. We don't know anything about canoeing or not canoeing. We just know that 71 are swimming. 62 children signed up for canoeing. Who can tell me that one? Tone?
Not swimming.
Canoeing, not swimming?
Yeah.
You know they're not swimming? What do you know about them? Just we know they're canoeing, right? We don't know how they answered with swimming, so that's got to be down in your total for canoeing. 28 of them also signed up for swimming. Allison. Very good. When they say 28 of them also signed up for swimming, those are those canoers. So they signed up yes for canoeing, yes for swimming, which would put 28 here. It is so important that you stop in chunks of where to put those numbers. All right, add and subtract on your own to fill in the last 5. "100% use your calculator. I'm not expecting you to do this by hand. Yes, write it down, but you do not have to do it by hand. All right, ready?
No.
28. Say it again. 43. 71. 34. Anybody have this one yet? How about this one? You got to subtract them because it's in the total. 70 what? 79. So then this one is 45. Very good. 88. Okay. If they give you a total, you have to subtract. Okay. One more thing. This is easy though. A two-way table can show ratios or relative frequencies for rows or columns rather than your actual value. Relative frequencies are a ratio of the subtotal to the total. Part divided by whole. Part divided by whole. Thank you. Relative frequencies can be written as a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. In this lesson, we're going to write them as a decimal. Bless you. So we're going to have everything today with a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. How many decimals or numbers are after the decimal with the nearest hundredth? 2. 2. Okay. Biggest thing here, you have to read. Find the relative frequency by column. Which way do columns run? Up and down here, right? So we're going to go down, play a sport, and we're going to go down, do not play a sport. Because we're going by columns, I don't need this total column. So what we have to do is we have to take the part divided by the whole. In this column, the whole is our total, 295. So we are going to take 250 divided by 295. 250 divided by 295. And then you're going to round to the nearest hundredth. Two numbers after the decimal. 0.85 is correct. Now I go down the column. Part divided by whole. What's my part? What's my part? 45 divided by 295. 0.15. 0.15. On this bottom one, it is 295 divided by 295, which is 1.00. Make sure you have 0.00. Okay, so we repeat. But now we're using the do not play a sport. 115 divided by, very good, 145. 7/9. Anybody else get 7/9? Yes? And the next one we would write 30 divided by 145.
Just 0.1. Yeah.
20 or 21? 21. 145 divided by 145 is 1.00. Good job with the zeros. 1.00. That bottom one should always be 1.00. Yes. Yep. Okay, so then we go to the next one. What's different about this one?
Rows.
It goes by rows, frequency by rows. So this time we're going to go on the honor roll and not on the honor roll. But this time we're going to scribble off the total row. Because it's by row, I don't need the total row. Don't get rid of the column, though. Okay. What am I going to divide here? Very good. 250 divided by 365. Now we're using the total row. 0. What? 60. Is that what you said? I just didn't hear you.
0.68.
68. Thank you. Anybody else get 68? Yes? No? Yes? Yes? Okay. How about the next one? What do I put? 115 divided by 365. 0.31. And the last one in that row? 1.00. You guys try this next row all on your own, not on the honor roll. See what you can do on that one. Do it all the way across here. Okay, who can tell me the first one? Raise your hand. Liana. 60. You should have taken 45 divided by 75. Anybody else get 0.60? Okay. Who's got my next one for me? Allison?
0.40.
And you took 30 divided by 75? 0.40? And the last one? 75 divided by 75, 1.00. Biggest thing is, are you going by row or are you going by column? Do we need another practice or are you good?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, your homework is a separate worksheet here that I will get for you. We are going to cross off number 5. Okay, we're going to cross off number 5.